Okay, everyone, it's time for today's video, and this week's theme is mastering the meetings. And we have come with the video which is about this week's vocabulary. Instead of one word, I thought that we should go with more than one word because you guys can handle it. So I've selected three words this time, but we'll start with a word which we have already used in the previous session. And also, I would like to mention here that it's not a very good idea to use complicated words all the time in our conversation. There's a study which shows that the less complicated words you use, the more intelligent you sound, because that shows your capability to make the concept very simple and present it, and that makes you sound very intelligent. So, occasionally, if you use here and there, that's a different thing, make you sound a little bit intelligent and smart and proficient, let's say. So the words which we have selected for today's session is strategic, analyze, and initiative. So these are the three words, and we'll discuss. I'll show two three examples, then I'll give you a task for this week. So the first example is: our company's strategic analysis of market trends prompted the initiative to launch a new product line catering to emerging consumer demands. Okay, so consumer demands were met by uh, analysis of the market, and then they initiated the launch of new product line. Okay, so the next example is: in your presentation, use a timeline graphic showing the progression from market analysis to the launch of the new product line, highlighting the strategic decision making process. So they are saying that use a in timeline graphic showing the progression from market analysis to the launch of the new product. From market analysis to the launch of the new product, show the progression line and highlight the strategic decision making process. In that progression, in that process, highlight where the strategic decision making points lie in that timeline. So the next example is: by analyzing customer feedback strategically, we identified areas of enhancement and took the initiative to revamp our customer support system. So the customer support system wasn't going as expected. The quality wasn't achieved. The feedback weren't as expected. So they went for an analysis of the customer feedback strategically, strategic analysis of the feedback, and they came up with the initiative to revamp, to refresh, and to initiate some changes in order to achieve the level which was required. So these three words which we are focusing, you can replace them with the common words like, for example, you can replace plan with strategic approach. For example, if you were to say we need to come up with a plan for the marketing campaign, instead of that you can say we need to develop a strategic approach for the marketing campaign. And if you can replace examine with analyze, so let's examine the data to understand the problem. Instead of this you can say let's analyze the data to understand the problem. And you can replace take action with initiate. So for example, if you were to say we should take action to address this issue, instead of this you can say we should initiate steps to address this issue. So method can be replaced with strategic methodology. How is, for example, we need a method to streamline our operations. Instead of this, we can go with we need a strategic methodology to streamline our operations. Instead of look into, you can go with conduct an analysis. So if you were to say we should look into the market trends, instead of this, you can go with we should conduct an analysis of the market trends. So instead of start, go with take initiative. Like let's start the new project. Let's take the initiative to launch the new project. So instead of arrange, we can go with strategically organize. So this could be like we need to arrange the team's task. Instead of this, you can go for we need to strategically organize the team's task. Now I have some tasks for you so that you make these words yours. So I want you to go through these examples, understand this, let it digest. In case if you don't know the words, I understand some of you might know the words already, which is good. If you don't know the words or you know it but you have not been using it, so I'm going to give you a task today. I'm going to ask you three questions, and these three questions you need to answer in a way that you use at least two of those, or even if possible three of the words, at least one. But do respond and make sure that you're using all three in any of these, or somewhere just make use of all three somewhere in your answers using these three questions. So the questions would be: how do you approach complex business challenges? Can you provide an example of a project where you demonstrated leadership skills? How do you stay competitive in your industry? So I'm going to send a voice notes on WhatsApp for these messages and just reply to those messages so that we know the reference that to which question are you giving the answer to. That way it would be easy. So I invite you again to participate, and participation is the only thing which is going to give you the leverage and which is going to push you forward. I'm looking forward for your responses.